Hello once again, hockey fans. Joseph Zakrzewski with you with OntarioReign.com and Reign TV. As Ontario on the ice right now at Citizens Business Bank Arena for their final practice day in preparation for their Game 1 matchup against the San Diego Gulls to kick off the 2017 Calder Cup playoffs. Now, Game 1 tomorrow night, but the Reign going over every detail here this afternoon before hopping on the team bus and making their way down to San Diego later this evening. We caught up with Reign team captain and defenseman Vincent LoVerde, as well as veteran blue liner and Cameron Schilling, to get their take on their defensive responsibilities coming up against this San Diego group and their overall thoughts on the rivalry approaching game number 1 tomorrow night.
Yeah, obviously we're very familiar with them. We've played them 12 times this year. Just focus on our game, moving pucks, just playing Ontario Reign hockey, something we've kind of focused on the entire year. We've kind of done our preparation. I'm sure they've done theirs, and we're getting excited to play here.
How do you keep emotions in check? Certainly discipline has to be taken to a whole new level in the postseason, and obviously there's a lot of outside talk about this rivalry and all the extracurricular activities and the penalty minutes that added up. So for you and your group, how do you keep emotions in check knowing who's on the other side of the ice?
Yeah, it's tough. Obviously we're highly competitive. There's this rivalry you guys talk about. At the same time, they have a great power play, and it's one of those things where we want to keep them off the power play as much as we can. I think that just we got to live in the moment, play our game, and focus on us. It's a really tough rink to play in, but I think we're prepared for it.
As the team captain and as one of the more experienced blue liners back there, you have a lot of young guys surrounding you patrolling that blue line. How do you bring them up to speed? Because I know the playoffs can be pretty much an eye-opening experience for some of these rookies or maybe first or second year guys.
Yeah, totally. We got some young guys on the back end, but I think that they've played a lot of hard minutes throughout the year. I think that they've played in some high-intensity situations, so those minutes they played throughout the year have kind of prepared them for this postseason. I think they're ready to go. They've looked like they've had a great week of practice, so I think they're very well prepared.
Yeah, I think at this point in the season, everybody kind of knows what they need to do. We've played this team plenty of times. We know what their systems are. We know, who their key players are. But now we just got to go out there and execute and play our game. Obviously, don't want to do too much, but at the same time, you got to make plays and you got to, find ways to get offense as well.
And since there really is no secrets between these two teams anymore, with just the amount of times you played each other, not only this year but last year, including some time in the postseason, what needs to be done? Is it the really small things that we might not be thinking about, or is it a more bigger picture?
Yeah, I think, as a defenseman, I can only speak to myself, is just, making sure we take care of our own end. That's the most important thing. Offense hopefully will come, but I think you need to have good sticks. You need to do the little things like boxing guys out in front of the net, finishing checks, being hard on their, top players kind of thing, and that hopefully will wear down over the series.
And with that being said, too, you mentioned defensively, but I know head coach Mike Sutters was looking for more offense from you guys. You actually set up one of the Reign goals down in San Diego to wrap up the regular season. Do you feel like that's something that needs to be elevated in your game as well as your surrounding defensemen, is getting pucks through and at least creating some opportunities out in the blue paint?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Anytime you get pucks through and create offense, it definitely helps the team. I think my focus is going to be defensively, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to try to contribute on offense. Obviously, if I'm on the power play or, if, any other situations like 4-on-4, stuff like that, try to join and get up in the rush and try to create plays. But I also don't want to do that, and open myself up defensively to any, seams that they might be able to take advantage of.
The goaltending matchups become their own headline in the playoffs, and just take a look at the Stanley Cup playoffs as an example. The showdown between the Reign and Gulls is certainly no different in netminder Jack Campbell and Jonas Enroth. Both goaltenders had stellar regular seasons overall and were great against each other, and we caught up with the man who knows both of them quite well, and Los Angeles Kings development goalie coach Dusty Imoo.
Playoffs are always huge, and goalies play a big role, always. Sometimes more than others, but even on any level, goaltender has to come up big for you at certain times. So both goalies have had good seasons, and I know both of them. I know Yoni from when he was with LA, and really a good experienced goaltender, very patient. With Soupy, he's had an unbelievable year so far, and I just hope that we can continue it for him, help him out, as well as him help us out.
The regular season is one thing in terms of keeping the atmosphere light and moving from one game to the next. But in the playoffs, everything is magnified for you. Does that increase your role or really make things stressful for you and for your staff, just to try and keep everything on an even keel, especially approaching a best-of-5 series?
Well, yeah, but I think you know me well enough. I don't get too strung out about stuff. I'm pretty easygoing. I think the guys do enough on their own. Going home, they think about it 24/7. I think they need sometimes guys like me to keep them in check and just realize it's a game. We're having fun doing it. We're going to play our best. And with Soupy, I think he's already dialed in. I think I'm more the even keel to keep him level about the playoffs, because it does get ramped up. But yeah, everybody's ready to go. I'm prepping like everybody else.
The reigning Gulls open up their best-of-5 Pacific Division semifinal series tomorrow night for game number 1 at Valley View Casino Center at 7 o'clock. We'll have the Reign pregame show for you starting at 6:30, and all the action over at OntarioReign.com, Reign Radio on TuneIn, and the Los Angeles Kings app. And then the two teams return to Citizens Business Bank Arena for another showdown Game 2 action on Saturday night at 7 o'clock as well. You can grab your tickets online at OntarioReign.com, Access.com, and the Citizens Business Bank Arena box office.